Broadcasting live from the basement of the Pentagon. This is WTF Nation Radio.
This is a public service announcement from C.T. Fletcher. I will not contribute to the pussification of a nation. Get your punk ass out there and work for it, motherfucker.
Let's roll.
Morning, Sergeant Major.
How do you know what kind of goddamn day it is?
Beautiful morning, Sergeant Major.
Are you a fucking weatherman now?
You're listening to Sergeant's Time on WTF Nation Radio.
October 2023 in the year of our dumpster fire. Either somewhere in the basement of the Pentagon, the center of the mountain, maybe somewhere in the missile silos in the prairies, maybe in the basement of the Alamo. I heard the Alamo's got an attic now. Just kidding. Anywho, how you guys doing? How you all doing? I see all friendly faces in the chats. The usuals, of course. And of course, in the gunner seat, the Spanky.
Hey y'all, how are you?
Oh man, good. How you been, man? What you doing?
I know I've been gone for a couple weeks, but I'm in a great mood. I'm here. I'm seeing your smiling face.
I'm always smiling.
I know.
What's not to smile about? We have SARTs and sergeanting, and we have NCO happening. Oh yeah, dude. Fucking never know. Never know what
I have like fall weather even tonight. Like,
whoa, you got the falls, huh? There you go.
I know. I just gotta say it's 85 degrees out. That's
oh my god, are the leaves?
Everybody is pulling out the pumpkins.
I was about to say
sweaters and the hoodies.
Oh, the hoodies. I'm about to say you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful, men. It's hoodie season. Be careful because women now are in Han Solo mode. So if they're wearing their fluffy vests with the long boots, you know it's up. You're not gonna be freaking ready to go. And it's pumpkin spice latte season. Yada yada yada. It's I don't know. The TL always gets. It's. I love how fall just changes everybody's mood and just gets everybody just. I don't know. It's just. I like fall too. Only because I got little ones, so it's Halloween time. It's time for setting up the Halloween decorations. It's time to watch Nightmare Before Christmas every day until Halloween happens. I have to sing the Oogie Boogie song. That's a tradition. It's a great. I love that musical. It's an awesome musical. But anyways, the childrens are enjoying it too. Have the leaves? The leaves are even turning? I mean,
like seriously, this is the first day it's been below 90. I don't know. And usually I do not look forward to fall. I am definitely a summer child.
Yeah, no, you are. Yeah.
But yeah, fuck this summer.
Yeah, exactly.
Goodbye.
Yeah, no, I think a lot of people I've seen all over social media posting where they're at, and they're saying that it's falling now to the 60s or the 50s, and I even saw somebody saying that, oh yeah, I woke up this morning to do go on a run and it was in the 40s. I'm like, whoa, okay. So that's I love that shit. That's I don't know, man. There's something, I don't know. Fall just does it. It breaks out the. Also, I like horror movies. Horror movies, Musa, not horror movies. Horror movies. I wanted to correct you. Well, maybe a little both, depending on what kind of horrors they are. Goth horrors, I mean, I guess. But anyways, horror movies. That's the time to go to watch scary movies or sit down with a freaking in front of a fireplace and it's all dark and watching. Jackie says it's 60s in Alabama. So yeah, dude, it's just, I don't know. It's just fall for me. I kind of like, it's like fall, springish is what I like. You know what I mean? So.
Oh, spring. Yeah, no, that's a whole nother story. I'm definitely love the spring, but like I said, I am ready for a little fall, a little cooler weather.
Yeah, exactly.
Little candy corn, Yeah,
Oh
I
my,
like candy corn. Yeah.
oh, do I like X-rated stuff, Musa? When I was younger and that whole porn phase that dudes go through to get, I don't know, some guys can't get over it, but there's, when you're young, you get that porn phase, and I don't want there's a porn phase when you're growing up in the States, and there's a porn phase when you are stationed in Germany.
Yes, I grew up. My developmental years were overseas too. So yeah, it's a little different.
It's a little different. So you get, like I said before, it's like when you go to a nightclub overseas, and you go to a techno club, and then you like name it, Ibiza, Mallorca, Germany, and then fucking you come back to the States, and you're like, this sucks. You're like Beavis and Butthead. This sucks more than anything has sucked before. It's like the worst. It's just a different vibe. It's just different.
I was literally just explaining to my daughter, who is a young adult now, barely, but about page 3 girls. That's just it was just a normal everyday thing, just like the difference in the culture, overseas compared to the States. I'm like,
right,
yeah, and it was just not a big deal. And of course, when we lived in England, I was a teenager, so my brothers were got elementary and middle school age. Yeah, so it was just no big deal. So yeah, just completely different, just completely different.
Standard. Yeah,
that
exactly.
would never have been a thing like in the late 80s, early 90s here.
Right.
Never would have been a thing.
Yeah. They would scare the bejesus out of some people of some of the porn overseas.
Even today.
Yeah. Yeah, you're like, oh my God. It was always funny. You can always tell when somebody moved from a very conservative or a Puritan lifestyle when they get stationed in the U.S. and they go to a gas station in Germany, and right there in front is what they, Bild Zeitung. It's like fucking National Enquirer. Bild, made by Bild. Bild Zeitung. And it's like the National Enquirer. And they have, if there's a sex scandal going on and there's like a sex tape or there's like nudes being sent, those motherfuckers will post it. They will post the nudes. And it's always funny when that a newly stationed family shows up when a woman goes, it's always a woman that does it. Guys don't give a fuck. They always like, oh, I want to buy some smokes and buy this Bild Zeitung. That will complain that I can't believe they have this here. This is porn. Germans are so nasty. They have porn in a gas station, and my kid has to see it. And I'm like,
oh my God.
Well, I mean, that's just the way the culture is. It's just different. Like, your Germany cable after 2200, it's it's a little bit different. It's a lot more softer, but man, if you want to get the premium channels and cable, then of course, TKS or what was it, TKS? I can't remember what it was from T-Mobile, but Deutsche Telekom.
Even when I was the school's NCO, my last time I was stationed in Korea, we'd have to bring the soldiers up, to get them in at Camp Jackson, BLC, PLC, whatever they called it that time. I think it was already when they changed it to BLC. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we bring them up there. We called it. We'd stay at this little motel right outside of Camp Jackson. Mm-hmm. Call it because we were down in Daegu, so we'd go up the night before. They would keep our soldiers that were going to be about to go to school in the barracks there at Jackson, but the school's NCOs that were coming down from Area 4, we'd stay in the little Korean love motels that were right outside the gate there instead of going all the way over to Casey. So yeah, they are legit set up for, activities.
Mm-hmm. Exactly that. Yeah.
You turn on the TV and it would be Korean porn, which is very soft and pixelated, but it was just like, that would be like if you turn on the TV in the room, that would be what was on.
Exactly. Oh my God. Oh, the PCS experience, it's always awesome. So then I'll pick somebody up from the airport, being a sponsor or something like that, and I'll get a little van to pick them up and all that. And then some family member was like, I gotta get to it. I gotta get American TV. I'm like, well, there's not American TV here. There's AFN. And it's got like, at the time, there's only 2 channels. And it's AFN, and it's trash. And I'm tell you what, you're going to have to just deal with it because the European culture is a little bit more permissive when it comes to that. They actually censor extreme violence than they do extreme sensuality. And this lady, this wife wouldn't believe me. She's like, I find that impossible. There's no way. I'm like, all right, cool. You know, with your build side tongue ass, you know, it's just like, okay. I was like, Roger that, man. And I think I was picking up some captain who was going to get promoted to major, and he was going to be in the staff. And so immediately yes, indubitably. And I'm like, oh my God, smashing these. I find this offensive. So I always think when American sensibilities get sent overseas and they have to face the European world, it's it's classic. You'll see letters to Stars and Stripes back when they used to do a lot of heavy print back in the day in the 90s.
Yeah.
And you'll fucking see somebody complain. And because I know Korea sees the same stuff that Europe sees too. And so you'll see a letter to the editor. I can't believe it. I went to this gas station. I went to this Esso station, and there was porn right in front of my children. And the German guy just laughed at me. And I'm like, well, you know, everyone else is gonna fucking laugh at you too. You know, I was like,
yes.
It's so what?
And you're right. Even in Korea, like they would censor violence way more. Like, you know, over here, you know, we have, you know, blood, guts, gore, and everything.
Oh my God, I know.
But oh my God, don't show a nipple. You know, like,
exactly that.
Yeah, because you know, because I'm a huge Game of Thrones fan forever, and you know that, right? And it was in Korea. I was in Korea when the first season first came out, and that's when I first saw it. It was on Korean HBO because I didn't live on post in Korea. You know, I had my daughter over there in 09 through 11. So I had Korean HBO on, and it came on the first season. I'm like, what is this?
Right.
And I'm watching it, and I'm like, it's great, but I'm like, this seems really choppy. And I knew they were cutting stuff out. So then I go, you know, take my little trip down to Pirates Bay to download the real version. I'm like, oh, they cut a lot out. You know, it was all the violence. It wasn't, you know, like the sex scenes or anything they were cutting out of the first season. It was the violence. Yeah. And then I was like, yeah, so that was what they were cutting out. Yeah, it's like HBO.
Yeah, no, you're right, because during, you know what, that's a lot of, I mean, that's kind of, this is Sergeant's time related. When you're stationed overseas for a while, you miss a lot of the pop culture the pop culture of popularity. Like, for instance, I saw a couple of TV shows, a couple of episodes of Friends in German, because I speak German. So I saw a couple of episodes of Friends, and I'm like, oh yeah, yeah, okay, funny, whatever. And then somebody, you know, when the DVD set started coming out, I was like, yeah, I saw a couple of episodes of Friends. And I could barely handle one episode of Friends. I thought, this is the big fucking.
Well, I mean, I love Friends.
Well, I'm just saying, but this is like, it's like, I don't fucking get this. I don't get, because I watched the German version of some of the same episodes, and I'm like, this isn't fucking funny. This is the big fucking deal that everybody was making a big deal about. And then it didn't help that I just saw fucking Band of Brothers, and fucking the actor that plays Ross was in as Captain Sobel. And that immediately, I couldn't even handle a season of fucking Friends. You know, it's just, I don't, it's just that, I'm like, I don't, this is supposed to be funny. And then, you know, I'd go on a date or something like that, or I'd hanging out with somebody for dinner, or, hey, let's watch Friends. And then I'm like,
I actually do love Friends, but it's so weird. Like, you know, when soldiers go overseas, they deploy, like that. The evolution of, you know, we used to only have AFN. That was it. That was it. And then, you know, like even like you could get like a little bit of cable in your barracks room, and you'd have like, you know, 13 to 20 channels. And then, you know, we get our Fire Sticks, and then we get we bring our hard drives overseas on deployment with us.
Oh
and then
my
you're
God,
swapping hard drives.
Exactly.
And now we can, like, you know, pretty much still get whatever we want to watch, like on our phones. Even it's just that evolution.
I'm saying. So a lot of the stuff is like, somebody be like, hey, how come you didn't see this? Did you see the show? No. Why not? Because I didn't fucking like, I mean, it's dude, it almost became like fanaticism, almost like how fucking COVID is. People, if you didn't get a vax or did a vax, if you didn't watch a fucking show, people judged you. How come you don't watch Friends? You know what I mean? It's like, bitch, I was fucking stationed and I was deployed. I don't fucking remember any of this fucking shit. I didn't see. You know, I came back to the States for some PME, and I'm like, oh my fucking God! All right, here we go. Is this a rerun? Is it, I tried to give the show a chance. I really did.
Da, 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 da. Oh, and speaking of which, and then getting to Game of Thrones like in 09/11 when I was in Korea, and then like fast forward a few years, been watching it and everything, and then go to Kuwait. I'm in Kuwait like 2014-ish. I am not technically as savvy as the signal soldiers that I'm the baby first sergeant for.
Mm-hmm.
So they know. And so every Monday morning during PT, they are scrambling. Hey, first sergeant. Hey, first sergeant. Hey, first sergeant. If I can miss PT, I'll go download Game of Thrones for you. If I can miss PT, I'll go download Game of Thrones for you. So it's like, and then, by 9 o'clock work call, I got the new episode of Game of Thrones on the thumb drive.
Yeah, well,
for me to go home and watch it.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah. It's just some of the stuff. A lot of the between 1993 and 2010, I lived overseas or was deployed enough that I didn't see any of these shows. So someone said, you need to watch this new Battlestar Galactica remake. I'm like, okay, I'll watch it. And dude, I was hooked. I was fucking, or Breaking Bad. Hey, you need to watch Breaking Bad. Oh, yeah. Fuck. And my kid, even my middle daughter, my middle kid, my daughter, Princess, she loves fucking Breaking Bad. She wants me to get the little Toyota Tercel that the guy drives around in. She wants me to buy her that for her first car. And I'm like, have you seen what used car prices are lately? They're like,
right?
It's like,
I know. I just sold a used car and made bank on it.
Exactly. Like nobody, no low ballers. I know what I have. Back in the day when it was a hoopty, just $2,000 to get it off my hands. Okay, cool. Now it's like 20 fucking grand. I'm like, I got a mark, a strike on my fucking Twitter account because I made fun of somebody getting beat up and playing it to the theme of Friends song. And I even redid the entire intro of Friends. And I remember if it was Twitter or Instagram. I can't remember which account it was that fucking got pissed because the Friends mafia is just as bad as the Swifties. There are people that really fucking commit themselves to a fucking show like that, which, I'm a Star Wars and a Star Trek freak, so I can get that, but I'm not going to get emotionally attached.
I'm one of those Friends people, not like, I'm like, I'm not at 100. I'm at about an 87 when it comes to Friends.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm at that age.
Exactly. So
Friends and Seinfeld were my jam then.
Yeah. So I'm gonna read a text message from Princess Ice, and it says, "Dad, this is horrible, but I think Beavis and Butthead is better than South Park."
I love her.
Hang on. Let me screenshot this and I'll post it up. Hang on.
Okay. We always get our little openings just get so we do what we want.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I promise that we will get to some military stuff.
Yeah. Well, this is sort of kind of pop.
We are not all into CQ's Kool-Aid. We're not.
Exactly that. So let me send let me post this up, and she knows that I will never bust her out or bust her PERSEC out there. So let me get this set up so that way she can, because she watches the show sometimes too. Both the oldest and the little one. She watches it. So I was like, yeah, let me post this up. There we go. So I'm gonna window cap this because all I'm gonna do is just do this from one of my DMs, so you can see this DMs. Like, hey man. So window cap. Pew pew. So you're gonna love this. She just turned 13 and she's now experiencing pop cultureness. So here we go. This is what she said. Dad,
wait
this
for
is
it to pop up. Oh,
Dad, this is horrible, but I think Beavis and Butthead is better than South Park. And I go, right? She's like, you really agree?
oh my gosh. I
Hey,
think there's just a difference, and I've been a fan of both of them like forever.
yeah.
So, oh,
And then
oh my
and then I
gosh.
put South Park was funny at first. They have occasional funny episodes now, but Beavis and Butthead endures. So there you go. That's from my daughter. Going back and forth with my daughter.
Gosh, I love her.
Yeah, she always talks about frog baseball. Exactly. So here's the thing about South Park is, when it first came out, I think what it was is that South Park was breaking the barriers of what animation and cartoons, which was kind of like the breakthrough stuff. If you've watched the first couple of seasons of South Park, you're kind of like, kind of cringy. And then the next thing you know, you'll watch, because we're talking about pop culture and DVDs and stuff like that. You'll get a DVD or set like that from South Park or Beavis and Butthead. And I'll be honest with you, some of the I still chuckled. I still chuckled. The white privilege one was fucking classic from Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because of my age, but
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad that my little one has migrated to the Baby Eyes. He's all about Star Wars and Mandalorians and shooting Jawas and freaking he bounty hunting shit, playing Star Wars Battlefront or whatever. But my daughters, they're all into that type of thing too. So yeah, it's just one of those pop culture references that I was just like, people get offended about everything now. That it's fucking no need to get offended about it. It's to the point to where it was a point to where when you talk about how people complain about the military being woke or whatever, and I'm thinking, how the fuck do you think the military is woke when these are policies that have been in the military for a long time? They've been in. And if you've seen some of the fucking missions that some of the military has done, not outside of fucking war, then you're really going to think it's fucking woke. You know what I mean? Humanitarian assistance. The anniversary of Black Hawk Down originally started as a humanitarian mission. This is the 30-year anniversary just passed. So it's just like,
Gosh, it has been 30 years.
30 fucking years ago, man. Jesus Christ. Where were you in 30 years ago? Where were you at? I was at Fort Hood when it's happened. So
2023, 1993.
yeah.
I had not yet joined the military. I was still in South Dakota.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, I was in South Dakota. Yeah, I had just graduated from high school in 92. But
Oh shit!
did
Yeah, so
not
you're
join
still
the
young. Yeah, you were still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't join the military till the first time till 94. And then when you did the adjustment, my BASD is still like 96.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, for all that time. Yeah. So freaking, some people were like,
Yeah. So yeah, I was working, just trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life. Still, that was.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Breaking news. Since I got fucking every single show on my chats now, breaking news for their shows. Fucking Pop Culture Warrior. Fucking, I got freaking. Now I got the sports bar, but this is serious news. Dick Butkus passed. He just died. Dick Butkus, wasn't he like a fucking legend in the Bears or something like that? But he also was an actor too, didn't he? He pulled off some. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah, everyone's like, I was a toddler when the Black Hawk Down happened. Pip goes, I'm 5. I was 5.
Well, you know what? That's why I got to buy a house in 2008 and y'all didn't. There you go. There. That's the bonus of being old.
Yeah, exactly.
The crash of 2008, and I got to sweep in and buy a house there.
The baseball strike too, the Major League Baseball strike that happened, that we didn't have a World Series that one year. I can't remember. It was around that time. I think it was like 95 or something like that. 93, 94, 95. Of course, I'm probably going to have somebody jump in there and correct me in the chats. But yeah, Dick Butkus just died. So breaking news.
Wasn't he the one that they did the whole character about on SNL, The Bears? The whole. Oh,
yeah. He was in it. Yeah, he was in The Bears, and also he was also he did some movies with Bubba Smith too. He did some comedy, some slapstick comedy with Bubba Smith as well. So
that
fucking sucks, man.
Pop culture sports scene.
Yeah, hang on. Let me see the radio news here. So I'm gonna see what the So, This is a TMZ reporting is Dick Butkus is dead at 80. Fierce and compassionate competitor who helped define the linebacker position of the NFL's all-time greats. So yeah, he was Dave's intuition, toughness, athleticism made him a model linebacker in the name, whose name will always be linked to the position of the Chicago Bears. Yeah, he died overnight. A statement released by his family. So that freaking sucks, dude. So
it does.
he was a legend, man. He's if you guys don't know, some of the kids are like, "Who's Dick Butkus?" Okay, god damn it. We're talking about age and shit. So here we go. Here's TMZ Sports. There we go. There it is. Dick Butkus. Man. That's all right. So rest in peace. Anywho, speaking of joining the military,
I guess we can move on to some Army.
I guess, we can talk about some sergeant's timing with some Army and stuff. All right, here's my question right now. How come the Army always says that we make goals on certain things, but then they say we miss goals on others? I always notice that every time the Sergeant Major of the Army, the Chief of Staff of the Army, and this is the last couple of them, the Army in general for the last 20 years has been saying that we've been ahead of the game. Recruitment's been great. And we're, the goal, we made mission and And then like a couple months later, you'll see a fucking article coming out saying, like right now, I'm looking at an article right now from the Army Times, written by Davis Winky. And I'm gonna drop that. I might as well just drop that in the chats right there so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Army announces recruiting goal reforms after missing goal again. Now I fucking thought. I thought we were making mission. I'm liar.
Liar, pants on fire.
It's like where are we talking about? How come did we make mission or not? Why are we moving the goalposts back and forth when it comes to saying that we made? Look, I guarantee it. The American public would be happier to know if we just got the fucking truth. I want to see. I want to see the fucking I want to see the stats. I want to see. Show me some slides. I know. I need. Matter of fact, we got recruiter times in the chats. We need to freaking hit them up for some slideage. So the Army is launching far-reaching reforms that will transform how it attracts and recruits new soldiers, its top leaders said in a press conferences on the 3rd. The move comes after the service failed to meet recruiting goals for 2 consecutive fiscal years. Which, remember, we were like, great. This is anytime there was somebody in name your news agency from Fox, Breitbart, fucking BBC, name all your fucking news outlets that were writing, and the Army got really fucking defensive, right? They got
high school newspapers.
Yeah, high school newspapers. Yeah, they're all saying we're getting great. Don't attack us. We had Army PAOs and Army leadership attacking media outlets for saying no, we didn't miss mission, and then here we are looking at this fucking week, this article right here that says that we've missed mission again for 2 years. I'm like, it caused, which caused its end strength to fall from an original level of 485K, 2021 to 452 active duty soldiers a day. Its smallest full-time force since 1940, a year before the U.S. entered World War II. They met their expectations, but below mission. Yeah, see, that's the thing too, Gary. It's like, I don't like the fucking numbers game. Show us how many people are supposed to be in the Army, and then say if you made it. That's all you have to fucking say. You don't have to fucking go off and say, well, actually, we made it during this time when you consider the fiscal responsibility, and you also have the NDA adjusting numbers with, of course, the amount of accessions and people getting out and people commissioning. And then, of course, you have people that are getting out. So technically, we still made. No, you didn't fucking make a measure.
You're right. How many people are in right now, and how many people are supposed to be?
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's how you're supposed to do the math. I'm not an expert, but I can do basic addition and subtraction pretty well.
English is my second language, so I suck at math. But however, I think if you just have a large formation of units, and say how many people are you supposed
And
to
you
have,
count?
and you count exactly.
And you do the receive and report thing.
Yeah, exactly. Fall in. Exactly.
Do a
Exactly.
whole
Yeah,
formation,
exactly.
like Army-wide one, and count how many people
Oh,
are here.
exactly. Yeah, exactly that. Could you imagine some sergeant major, sir, first BCT out of ranks, you know? So then, exactly that, Baconator. Somebody fucking dropped the ball. Army Secretary Christine Wormuth said the changes are after an in-depth recruiting study that compared 25 years of internal Army data and organizational structure against labor market trends and private sector practices. Yeah, I can read the MTO. That's true. I can read. That's Army math, though. For some reason, we can figure it out. But so she was quoted as saying, "We're doing really focused on changing what we can control and seizing our own destiny." That's what she said. Unquote. I'm not fucking bullshit. So the reforms, which will be effective ASAP, and recruiter times, let me know if I'm fucking speaking out of recruiting things of recruiting. You guys kind of own the recruiting information space. So I want to make sure we're right because I get some of the information from you guys, and I should have come to think of it. I should have hit you up and said, "Hey, is this true?" But you guys are in there. The recruiter time says, well, maybe if they quit threatening careers and a slew of other shit. The reforms, which will be effective immediately, is establishing a specialized enlisted and warrant officer recruiting field that will replace the 79 Romeo. Think about it. And it will eventually abolish involuntary recruiting assignments. Think about this, man. A warrant officer field for recruiters. We can't even get some of the shortage critical STEM related MOSs our own fucking, I'll say this, fucking PSYOP, civil affairs. There's plenty other fucking career fields that need a fucking public affairs that would need a warrant officer. And yes, I'm being biased right now by saying of those information related capabilities. I guarantee it, the motherfuckers will have people droving that. Now everyone says, well, if you do that, you're gonna shrink. You're gonna have everybody wanting to be a warrant officer. You're gonna have everybody just not want to be an NCO. Yeah, treat fucking NCOs like fucking people, and guess what? They might want to stay.
It's a really simple, like, I read this article. I see all of these great things like creating an experimentation directorate within the recruiting command, all this data analysis, reassigning recruiting command to report directly to the Secretary of the Army, all of these things, all these marketing things, this, that, or whatever. Whoever is in charge of this needs to take a basic economics course. That is all they need to do. Exactly. The base pay for an E2 is $2,100 a month, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
That comes out to about $25,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
That a high school graduate, and they even said in that article, I believe it was something about formally increasing recruiters' mandate to woo prospective soldiers with college education due to the shrinking proportion of workforce members who only have a high school education. All right, so they want to get those college people in there. Okay, so we'll go up to, like, where are they going to work for pennies? Like, let's go up to the E4, like,
now I have
$2,500 a month.
I have a family member.
All right, so,
I have a family member that was complaining about. We can talk about this, I guess. He'll be all right. He'll be all right. He was complaining about only making. He's a PFC. And every 2 weeks,
$2,500 a month.
And every 2 weeks he gets paid $887 every 2 weeks.
Okay, exactly.
PFC.
So, my 18-year-old daughter, before she was in college, when she was working at Texas Roadhouse, before she was serving, mind you, with making the tip, was making that much money.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, so get this, because again, I know plenty of recruiting age students, kids, everything. The minimum wage that they can make here in this area, at the Fort Cavazos area, is about $12 an hour.
Mm-hmm.
All right. In the Travis County area, it's $15 an hour. That is $31,000 a year. You are not recruiting because you are not paying enough. It is the bottom line.
Yeah.
That is it.
Well,
That is it.
Yeah, and it doesn't help. I'll be honest with you. You see, fucking, I'll say it too. Those individuals have family members that follow the WTF Nation, and
none of that helps.
well, does it help? I would say we get blamed for like, you guys are fucking making the army. It's because of the army, and you're making the army look bad, bro. We're literally just fucking posting what the soldiers are seeing. And I'm telling you what, if you have soldiers living in fucking moldy ass barracks or fucked up moldy ass housing, and then you're gonna expect them, or you have senior NCOs and mid grades, hell, even fucking senior officers getting fucking treated like ass, and then you're asking why fucking WTF, they're fucking causing this perception, and I even put the Army secretaries, as a matter of fact, here I even put the Army secretaries her comment about what you see on Army WTF. I even use that as a stinger. Hang on, I'm gonna play it right now. Hang on. This is what I play right here with the Army secretary.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Sometimes when I look at, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, I think it's WTF Army or something.
So she said WTF Army or something, talking about how the state of the Army is in social media or on social media. And I'm like, oh, Madam Secretary, it is fucking like that. It is fucking like that. I mean, right now I'm still fucking doing it. I'm now. By the way, if you guys don't know, I am now the lead for the WTF Nation mold task force. And holy fuck, once I fucking talked about saying that I was going to post mold shots and stuff like that, my inbox has been cramped. I have so much fucking mold. So you can't tell me that the Army trying to woo people to come in and saying we're having difficulties, and you're blaming it on social media when it's social media that's highlighting what's wrong with the Army right now. And
even with that, if you pay people enough, they will deal with mold. I'm like,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like a basic course. And it's like, I mean, you pay me enough, I'll go live in a moldy house.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what my cutoff is.
Hey,
what's like 6 figures.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe, like I said, it'll cost. For me, it'll be a lot more, but I'm like, for
he says that I am pretty moldy. Yep. I'm pretty moldy. No,
like
it's salty, not moldy.
Like, I mean, you offer them like more than $15 an hour.
Yeah,
they're probably like, fuck it, I'll go live in the moldy barracks.
I'll see what I can do. Yeah. I always tell soldiers when I need to get out of this. And I always say, go armysoft.com. I would rather have a bad day in Army Soft than any day in Big Army right now, just because of how the kids are being treated. They're also talking about increasing recruiters' mandate to woo prospective soldiers, and I'm glad you said this about the pay stuff, to woo prospective soldiers with a college education due to shrinking proportion of workforce members who only have a high school education. Hey, look, you're gonna try to get somebody who was in academia, who spent 4 years in college, who lived on their fucking own, and is now a little more free thinking than the average kid coming in with a high school diploma. And now you're going to fucking say, we want you to come in. After they see how they're being treated, they're going to treat them like shit. I even said this before I posted this on social media. Do you even see how we treat soldiers that are in right now trying to go to fucking college? It's like, shut up, troop. You're going to NTC. You're going to fucking, no. So I'm like, how the fuck? So now you're going to have somebody come in. Or what if somebody who has a degree and was like an accountant or a lawyer or did something to that effect and is like, you know what? I think I want something that's bigger than me. I want to join the Army and I want to see the world and I want to serve my country and help people out. I want to make a difference. And they made $250,000 a year or something like that. I'm just, and they come in as a private or specialist. And the next thing you know, they're like, shut up, specialist. Fucking mop this floor in your moldy barracks. Like,
because you remember there were those people before,
Yeah.
And
no.
And there will not be now, but it's because what happened? Social media happened. The word gets out of, one, how we treat our people, two, where we make our people live, three, again, our pay scale in the military has not kept up with inflation.
No, it's not. And now, of course, I'm not expecting PFCs to come in rolling and being, banking at the same rank of a.
But I should
be competitive. It should be competitive.
Exactly.
It should be. Right. It should be a sustainment living wage. Because now, And I know me and you always go back and forth, not go back and forth, but me and you always bring this up with different administrations. There's individuals that get offended when you say it's an administration issue. And then they immediately, oh, what about Trump? Shut the fuck up, dude. This is not just Trump. It's been Biden, Trump, Obama, even me, Bush, Clinton. It's been multi-administration, generational. You know what I mean? It's not just one specific administration. It's just like, for some reason, Congress would rather vote a pay raise and close the government down than fucking get. Hey, look, a PFC nowadays, this is not the 1950s, 60s. It's not going to be fucking exactly that, Gary. They should make more than somebody making a flipping burgers, because also what people are forgetting, this is, and the one thing that kind of got me mad, not mad, but kind of like raised an eyebrow, is when they said, due to the shrinking proportion of workforce members. Workforce? These are soldiers. These are individuals that are raising their right hand to lay their lives on the fucking line. And now we're going to be like, oh, workforce. This isn't Six Sigma freaking Delta super high speed, Simon Sinek freaking leaders eat last or something like that bullshit. These are our kids. This is real life. And like I said, I sent my LES to a family member of what I made a month. And what did I make a month? Matter of fact, I'm just all up. I'm on my own DMs.
Yeah, but that's just it. Just like they said, they should make more than someone flipping burgers, but they're not. They are not, and that is the problem.
Yep.
They can write all these articles, they make all these big words, and spend all this money on data collection and this, that, or whatever. They are not.
Yep. I mean, $515 a month. Back in 1990. $515.
I think when I first came in, mine was under 1,000. I think when I very first came in too. And they are not going to recruit people right out of high school if they can go and say, "Hey, why would I do this?"
Yeah.
If I can make more,
and that's just living.
At Chick-fil-A, at Starbucks. Exactly.
Bro, have you seen the fucking Buc-ee's? Did you see the Buc-ee's? Remember when the fucking Buc-ee's ads for a car wash attendant? Bro, $150K? Sign me up. What do I sign? That's the one job I think I wouldn't work remote, that I would secretly not tell everybody that Baby Ice is with me. We'd sit there just supervise. What, you just want me to pull coins? Is that what you want me to do? Fucking $150K or something like that? Dude.
The manager, and that's the thing. And McDonald's, Taco Bell, Starbucks, they offer tuition assistance. And that's about, and like I said, I know the military does have way better benefits long term. 18-year-olds do not care about all of those benefits yet.
No, they don't.
They may care about tuition assistance. But again, all of these places are offering that. They do pay for college.
Yeah. Pookie said that taxation is theft, pineapple goes on pizza, and free tacos for everyone. I think he's running for office again.
Okay, well, I agree on one of or two of the three. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Pookie's got my vote.
Yeah, exactly. Sports Bar, this might be, I don't know if this is Coach or King, says that they can make more money on OnlyFans selling feet pics. I didn't even know that was a commodity. Well, my feet are beat the fuck up. So it would be maybe
there is a market for everything.
I'd say if I were to post my feet on there,
shit's up there.
Yeah, it'd probably fucking scare. It's probably to scare the audience. It would probably get banned off social media. So we're talking about the comparison between that. Here is an example of said wages from Buc-ee's. Car wash manager. That's what I honed in on. Car wash manager, $125K. I kind of want to know where they're offering this too, because I want to know how come, that like in some of the other states, specifically in the South, are they offering this much money too? You know what I mean?
Oh, this sign is 20 miles from me.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah, I've seen this sign. I don't know if that's the exact same scan code, but yeah, these wages are 20 miles right up the road in Temple.
Well, there you go.
I'm pretty sure it is similar to the one down in New Braunfels. Yeah.
So $18.
Trust me, I'm ready to go apply there. And
right, dude. Right. I'd say, hey, part-time. Can I do the part-time stuff? $18 for fucking grocery stocker, food service and car wash, $21. Team lead, $20 to $23. full-time 30. These are just 30. Look at this for the full-time size. $100K for a general manager. Car wash manager, $125K. Food service manager, $125 to $175K. Just a general manager, $150 to $22. 401k match up to 6%. 3 weeks paid time off. It used to be like fucking what? 2 weeks, right? They used to just only have it for 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
2 weeks.
Again,
Use
they
it.
need to attract people too.
Now, here's another thing too that really fucking hit. That we're like, oh shit, look at this. Use it, cash it, roll it. Are you fucking for real? You mean you think the Army would have a plan that you can, like, for instance, for a lot of the senior leaders? I mean, you remember this. Me and you, we had to have like almost 100 days of fucking leave. We know we're not gonna.
It was 120 and it dropped down to 90.
90,
right
yeah,
when I was
yeah.
retiring, and I had to like take a bunch of leave.
Yeah, and exactly. Yeah, that's why the same thing with me is like fucking. I still had all that tax-free leave and all that other bullshit. I remember when me and you were going through my records, and you're like, "Holy shit, you need to take fucking leave." I wish we could roll it to somebody else. Like, I wish senior leaders can donate like a week of leave to some privates, like E4 and below. You know, like you
Put
could
it in a bank.
Put it in a bank for them and just like donate leave. Healthcare, part-time available, plus 2 hour plus an additional $2 an hour for overnight. Dude, why is it that the Army, when it comes to some specific packages like that, I'll be honest with you, CSMs need not apply. I mean, that's sacrilegious, but CSMs do not. This is some of the stuff where you just got to let shit flow, and this is not the Army that you first came in, and you were not the target audience. Individuals coming outside. You were talking about the creating an experimentation directorate within the recruiting command that's isolated from the current year production pressure. Integrate effective data analysis. You were talking about that. Reassigning recruiting command report. Here's another thing too. Reassigning Army Enterprise Marketing Office to report to recruiting command. I don't fucking. Why was some of this stuff not done already? You know what I mean? Why did you?
And how will that help?
Yeah.
That's what I want to know. How is that going to help? How is that going to help get kids into basic training?
Right.
I mean, I don't think it's a bad thing necessarily, but how is that going to help? That's my whole problem with all of this. None of these things are going to get 18-year-olds to join the military. No. Money is going to get 18-year-olds to join the military.
Yeah, fixing the barracks. Having open DFACs, that's also going to keep.
Yeah, you got to feed them and give them somewhere nice to live. I mean, yes, those things like are quality of life and money. Mm-hmm. There you go.
Yep,
those are the two things they need to fix. It's period. All of those are big fancy words, and I can't believe they're spending all this money to figure out what it is. And they could have just asked me, and I'd have done it for 2 Diet Cokes and 5 tacos.
exactly that. I'd have fucking for a fucking couple of tecates with salt and vinegar chips and some snacks and some chicken wings. We're gonna take a break right quick. We'll be right back. And shots.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Take it from me, Ice. You can't just float around space not caring about stuff forever.
The voice of U.S. Army. WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Shit in the bag, Pogue.
If that's really a thing, and I get authorized to do it once, it's pretty much gonna be me sitting there talking shit constantly.
Is this where you draw the line? 'Cause it's so sad. Tell me where you lost your faith. Is it so bad? Couldn't see it in your face. And it's so sad. I'll wait until you come back. Come back down to me. I'll wait until you come down. Come back down. Why you keep it in your head? Is it so bad? Never heard a word you say it, and it's so sad. Tell me when you lost your way, 'cause it's so bad. Wanna see you when I pray, and it's so sad. I'll wait until you come back down to me. I'll wait until you come back down to me. I'll wait until you come back down to me. I'll wait until you come back down. Is it what you want? Is it what you need now? Is it what you breathe? Is it what you're feeling now? Is it what you feel? Is it what you're feeling now? Is it what you wanted? I'll wait until you come back down to me. I'll wait until you come back down to me. I'll wait until you come back down to me. I'll wait until you come back down. Hello, you. Will you come back down to me? Hello, you. Will you come back down? Hello, you. Won't you come back down to me? Hello, you.
What is this Facebook Live? I've never heard of this shit.
I am here determined to stop this future atrocity.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe. I suggest we use it.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show.
Shots. Gets offended when you talk about how our readiness when it comes to numbers are good or bad. Everyone gets butthurt. People don't want to talk about it, and it's just I don't know. I have to see what Recruiter Times is telling me is that We'll see what the fuck happens, but I think I think recruiters in themselves will know that the recruiters know. They know the deets, you know what I mean? Curious to see about this fucking warrant officer thing too. Could you imagine a warrant officer recruiter?
Oh my God, like a One Punch Dadish type one too?
Yeah, exactly. And see, that's another thing too, is that recruiters have been so fucking restricted. I'm gonna tell you what, our recruiters, there are some individuals that do better job of recruiting that are not recruiters than what was that? What was it? Monotone Mustang, that guy, Mandatory Fun Day, that guy. And then you have One Punch Dad, and then you have Lord of Lips. And then you have some great influencers out there that are not recruiters that are doing better than fucking recruiting. And I think it's because what we need to do is and this is my, we promise we will get off this topic. We really do have another topic to talk about. I think public affairs needs to sit back on this. I think public affairs needs to shut the fuck up and take a seat when it comes to recruiting, messaging, because it's not their lane at that point. It's a recruiting lane at that point. So I think PAOs, hey, go out and make your units fucking look good. As a matter of fact, why don't you pay attention to what every Saturday when the WTF Nation posts the pics of the week that are sent in by soldiers that are not public affairs people, why don't you ask them, hey, what did you do? Did you send that picture in? What? Promote the Army. That's your gig. The recruiters, I'm pretty sure if they were left to their own devices to do their shit and they had somebody, they would
smoke it.
They would destroy, they'd make me want to fucking come back in. I mean, I want to come back in, but I'm just saying it would just make to the point to where if you let the fucking recruiters unleash themselves when it comes to their own messaging for recruiting, and I don't give a fuck about what a PAO's got to say because it's to stay in your fucking lane. I guarantee it. They'll blow the fucking doors off.
Because think of how many recruiters we know of that got in trouble for stepping outside of the box.
Yep.
Think of Muse. Think back.
Yep.
Just think of all the ones. Oh, you can't do that, but they were kicking ass.
Mm-hmm.
Even the cheesier ones, but
Yep.
hey, they got noticed. Like I said again, because they didn't follow the rules. Well, the rules ain't working, are they? Are kids coming in following the rule? Y'all, no, they're not.
You know what? I'll be honest with you. I just got a message from Recruiter Times. It's actually in the chats too. Is that the recruiters share the pics of the week, and it drives engagement. So the WTF Nation posting imagery of every week of what your army is doing every week. As a matter of fact, I can.
You can share it, but while you're getting up to share it, like it's not. And I'm not gonna like bash on. I do bash on PAOs a lot, but I'm not gonna bash on the PAOs because I know they're doing the jobs that they're forced to do in the parameters that they're forced to do it in. Because I'm sure there are great PAOs out there that would kick ass at doing their wonderful pictures and things and stuff too, but they're just following the rules that they're forced to follow, just like recruiters are following the rules that they're forced to follow. And if you just let people do what they're probably have all these wonderful talents and just let people work.
Yep.
Hey, don't be unethical, don't do anything illegal or unethical. And
right. So this is, and I'm glad you brought that up, Recruiter Times, because I know the Recruiter Times people are they're on top of it. They're on the I mean, they're on it. They know the pulse. Mm-hmm. So let me show you the last pics of the week. That was this last weekend, and I didn't think I would ever laugh. I think it was cool, but they had Cav Dog. How could you not like Cav Dog? I don't even like the Cav, and I like Cav Dog. Who does that remind you of, Spanky? Who does that dog remind you of?
I can't see the dog. Hold on, I'm waiting to see the dog. Oh, there he is. Oh.
Yeah, does it remind you of somebody? Yeah.
That made me cry.
I'm sorry. Yeah, he remind. Yeah. So yeah, it's so sweet.
That's a smaller version of my boy.
Yeah, exactly.
I miss that, my boy.
Yep.
Cake.
So if you look at all this right here, you look at all the freaking pictures. This is pics of the week. This is every week on Saturday. This is your army. Send in your awesome imagery of you doing army stuff to pics of the week, and I guarantee it, it'll get posted. Some of these awesome pictures, awesome. Why is that saying fucking do more with more? What the fuck is that? Hang on, let me refresh that. I don't know why it's doing that with my camera. Hang on, why is it doing that? That's so weird. Huh?
Oh,
Okay, hang on. Let me put. I didn't mean to get tank emotional on you. Sorry about that.
it's okay. It's okay. I do miss that boy.
Yeah, same here. So here it is. Here's more. So all this right here, your army in action. This is your army in action, and this is the stuff that USAREC is telling us that this is what they do. Cav Dog was doing a FOD walk, exactly. This right here, I get sneak peeks all the time because I get to see what's being posted in the inbox, and sometimes I have to get my hand slapped because I want to dip in the cookie jar and post some shit. But all this right here,
Look, see, that's an army you'll join for at least $31,000 a year, not 25, 31.
Yeah,
they said bump the pay up and
look at
show
that
these
shit.
pictures.
Look at that shit. I love it. I will always promote. Picks of the week because again, this is not us doing. These are your soldiers. So please, at the inbox at U.S. Army WTF Moments at the Facebook page, just say, hey, I'd like to permit. You just write to the inbox. Hey, I'd like to make a submission for pictures of the week, and it'll get posted. It's got to be good. You got to be. I mean, they get so many fucking pictures. It's unreal. I get to go through the files and look at all the picture of the week folder, and I'm like, ooh, this is some good shit. So every time.
It's amazing, and that's one thing I do love about technology today is that everybody can take amazing pictures from their phones just with a little bit of training. I don't have that kind of training. My phones suck, but it's fine.
So here's a group of field grades hanging out here. What looks like, I'm sorry. Is that too soon? Can I make a jackass joke with field grades?
There they are. Well, I would go pet them.
Exactly. Again, these are all great pictures. We appreciate it. Again, this is some of the things like you were saying, Spanky. It's like there's a lot of great influencers out there that would no shit just destroy USAREC. I guarantee it. If I had a pool of influencers together and let's had a contest who could do whatever, and USAREC didn't mind joining in this contest, I guarantee it. We could blow the doors off of USAREC. As a matter of fact, I'm willing to bet that the WTF Nation with the U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio will just blow the doors off of anything.
They should let us and Recruiter Times just go be in charge of recruiting. Yeah. That's what they should do. Yeah. We could do it probably. We could do it better. But they need to give me a budget to pay soldiers more. And basic economics course. Don't even have to do like a college level one. Basic fifth grade level economics course.
Exactly. So the next story we're going to talk about right now. All right, so I'm kind of like, what the hell? This has been breaking on the news and also military news. Scores of military veterans and service academy graduates and families are scrambling to find hotels for the big Army-Navy game in Gillette Stadium because the reservations were canceled at the last minute. Why? They were canceled to make way for migrant families. The travel agent who handles hotel rooms for the military family said at least 70 of his hotel rooms were taken back by the hotel management company because the state recently contracted to put newly arrived migrants there. Quote, this is correct from Mark Monsbach of Hillsdale Travel. I have enough rooms to cover some of the people, and if there are people looking around, but pricing is very high for many. The issue is safety. They are questioning the safety of the remaining hotel rooms near those that are now filled with migrants. Lots of questions by my clients, and most hotels are scrambling to come up with safety protocols, unquote. So, there's like a couple of VPs that are saying, with Geary Hotel Management, Claire Mulholland from VP of Marketing for Geary Hotel Management said, we're delighted to confirm that we are indeed taking in refugees. And Recruiter Time says, I bet there's no mold in those rooms. Oh my God.
Okay. Let's even just cut out the whole safety issues, migrant issue, anything. It's complete and total fucking bullshit when hotels, reservations, anything do that, because I had a lot of points with a certain hotel chain, and they did it to me once, and I don't ever stay with them again. Hilton, thank you. But so if I do stay with them, it is not on my dime. So I'm a Marriott member now. But anyway, that's because they canceled my reservation for whatever. I don't remember the reason. I'm like, okay, fine. And so, but overbooking, something like that. And I just hate when any kind of like airlines, anybody overbooks this, that, or whatever. So I don't like that whole being able to do that. If someone has a reservation, they should have to honor it.
Exactly.
Or
Exactly.
And
that's the thing too. I'm glad you brought that up because I would rather. Here's another thing too. We were able to send Afghan refugees to fucking like Fort McCoy or something like that, right? We were able to send.
Right.
There were some our reserve centers that housed refugees. So why can't we put this on military installations? Why can't we put, like you said, for me, I'd be pissed. Imagine you being a graduate of West Point and you served, you're retired, and you want to see your kid or you want to hang out with your kids that are at West Point, that are attending West Point at the game. And now you're being told, yeah, sorry, you're getting booted because we're sending migrants. We're going to put migrants in there. Now, first off, I would, you damn right, like you said, I reserved it. Too bad, so sad. This is my fucking reservation. Why are you doing this? We will be. Keith said we will be equally delighted when it becomes overcrowded and the toilets back up.
Yeah, but they're going to hurt their business in the long run.
Yeah,
because that West Point is going to be there forever.
Yeah, exactly.
And alumni. And like I said, I get it. Migrants may need a place to stay. They want to make money, and I'm just telling you that is what's going to happen. All of these people are going to remember how they were treated.
Exactly.
And they will not use those motels.
Yeah, you know what?
In that local area.
Yeah, Steve said that Fort McCoy had up to 10,000 African migrants at one time, immigrants at one time. So if it can be done. It can be done.
It can be done. It can be done. And I'm not saying I'm not going to get into the politics side of it. It's just that's like bullshit. Like, what's the fucking point of a reservation?
Exactly. Not only is it what's the point of a reservation, but like you said, the alumni, all these groups, all these individuals that are there. Yeah. Hey, I want to cut in on this. So if me and Spanky are discussing this right now, me and Spanky are talking to us. So we want to cut if this happens. Why don't we make like little apartments for alumni, like alumni apartments, and then I want to say like a timeshare, but have them for events specifically for West Point alumni. So if you're a graduate of West Point, you got a kid in West Point, you're retired military, you got a lot of freaking you have all that. I would make it so inclusive to veterans and all that stuff that people would be taking me to court so that way they can get into it because they'll say it's discrimination because they're not veterans, because someone's going to pull that card. Remember back in the day when you said you were a veteran got, oh, you're a veteran and you get to, gold star, sir, you get the star service, 5-star service. Oh, you're a veteran. And then you get all this free stuff. And, if you had a problem with that, now I bet you if you were to say that you were a veteran and you built a veteran only facility, that people would be butthurt, specifically in that area, and say that it's discriminatory. Like the fucking cake out in Colorado. You know what I mean? You can't please anybody. So do that. Build little apartments. Make your own little apartments and shit. I bet you the Alumni Association pull together some money. They're a bunch of fucking old, they're all rich, retired, or probably still in. They're a bunch of officers. Chip in to do your own stuff. Build your own apartment facility across it. And
buy the hotels.
Buy the hotels. Yeah, exactly that.
It could be done.
It could be done.
Sure it could.
Stranger things have happened. So Steve says it makes too much sense. Army sets it up and makes it impossible to rent or sublet. Yeah, exactly that. No, but it would be from retired. It'd be like only retirees can run that shit. Like, and you got to be a veteran. Sorry, or even make it worse, you have to be retired. You have to be a retired officer or be out of the army. Like you have to have a West Point alumni card to go on that. So that way, because that's the majority of the people that goes to these games anyways. The Army Navy games. It's all the fucking, or if ESPN and all those sportsing channels, CBS, whatever sportsing stuff if only they had a hotel for them to buy out themselves for these veterans and their families. If only.
You know what? I might go buy this hotel, and I'm going to pay my employees more than, let me see, the $25,000 a year that a private will make coming into the military. I'm going to fuck up the recruiting process a little bit more by paying them more.
Yeah.
These 18-year-olds
So
are going to come work
yeah,
for
exactly
me.
that. Why the fuck, yeah. Why, West Point's going to have hard time recruiting anyways for this now. Yes, I can't go knock my ring somewhere. Yeah, Steven, exactly that. Steven said perfectly. Bring knock. I can't go knock my ring around. Yes, this is West Point. Yes. I mean, you're gonna piss off some West Pointers, but I mean, I have some friends that are West Pointers too, so I know they're like, hey, so.
They could stay a free night, not just during the game week.
Right? Yeah, exactly that. Like have a weekend off, blocked off. ESPN. If you don't do this, you hate vets. How about that?
And but again, I heard obviously this story is obviously in all the military news, like Army Times, Military Times, all of that.
Right.
But it's on Fox. It's starting to make all the terrestrial radio stations. So yeah, this is a huge deal. I'm not saying that, migrants don't need a place to stay, but what is the point of making reservations? So these hotel chains are now tarnishing their reputation by, okay, so like now are you going to honor reservations anywhere else? Like, why would I have any trust in making a reservation with you when it comes time for me to go somewhere? Like, am I going to have a place to stay? For whatever reason.
Yeah.
Now that's the way I look at your hotel.
Yep.
And like I said, I don't have any problem with, okay, so the state can just come in and contract your hotel for whatever reason now. Okay, well, people will start going to look at those mom and pop hotels again. Like, we used to have way more of those and way less of the Hiltons and the Marriotts and everything else. So
yeah. Yeah, exactly. I personally think that it's yeah. I personally think we'll see what happens. And
then they'll also drive I know a lot of cities, and I know Airbnbs are hit and miss.
Right.
But it's like, if you do your research, you will find much better deals on Airbnb. It, like I said, it is hit and miss, especially in different markets, and that will drive it back to people going back to Airbnbs again. Or another company will come in and sweep over and fix what Airbnb fucked up.
It'd be cool if some company was able to have mobile trailers, like FEMA trailers, but have for entertainment purposes. Like if you want to have a pop-up village, you know what I mean? A pop-up village to where, you rent out a big lot and then you fucking have a pop-up village of these little, again, we want to cut because me and Spanky are talking about this. And if you take our idea, we want to cut.
Yes. Especially with this eclipse coming here next April, and all this farmland out here.
Exactly. So I mean, if you cared about the troops, and that's so funny too, is all the guys that always talk about that shit, all the ones that are, the outrage machine, they're always the ones that fucking shit talk, but you never see the ones that are, you never see influencers or Hollywood people that go on these networks talk about having a solution by, they could stay at my house, or they could stay at the, you know what I mean?
Right. You got a mansion with 17 bedrooms. That's room for 500 people. Yeah. We can fit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. A fucking garage, we could fit 17 people in there. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah, we can fit 700 in your house.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, and you got this big backyard. That's 3,000.
That's exactly that. Again, pop-up village. You could do a little pop-up village. Fuck. I mean, it just sucks.
But you're with the little the chews. We can put those things up. That's I'm sure there's probably a lot of alumni who'd be like, we can make little luxury chew villages.
Right. Exactly. I don't understand. So, anyways, looking forward to see maybe Army Navy games when it comes up. We'll see what happens. We'll see if the people gonna get upset.
I am looking for the follow up on that.
Yeah, because I'm curious to that. Speaking of follow up, hey, did you hear about that little private, that PF, that even though they have this kid, the Army's not decided whether they wanted to punish him or not, but potential charges loom. Meaning, I guess potential charges loom.
I just don't think they can decide what to do, because, I mean, AWOL desertion, like what to do with this baby? Oh, what
Well,
to do?
I
What
mean,
to do
how
with
about
it?
how about if you like, I don't know, throw him in fucking jail for at least. I mean, now look.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
What are
But
the charges?
What are you gonna? There you go.
There were the charges. It's like, is it the charges because he was already out of the army? I think when he was getting transported home.
See that was he that see I don't know that detail. Was he already discharged?
That's what I'm saying. That was the question too. Was he discharged because he was being escorted to the airport to fly home back to Fort Bliss, and he was supposed to go to Fort Bliss to out process or something like that? He had already served some time already for all those other fucking charges that he did as a civilian. So I thought once you were incarcerated, you were just written off, you were chaptered out, and then you got sent back. Because I know the status of forces agreement provides a different way of doing it. It's almost like the army right now. If you get thrown in jail and you're in the army and you get busted and you get thrown out, the army will just chapter you out, and then you're dealing with the civilian people here. So I'm just kind of curious, overseas, what's the...
Well, that's just it. But did they completely out process him?
True.
And what did he have? A whatever, even if it was a bad paper 214 in his hand, or were they going to finish that process? At Bliss.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's a big part of it. Like, if he was, because yes, they could have finished all that in Korea, and he was just getting his ticket, back to the U.S. That would be like, okay, so what could you charge him with then?
Right.
Because he was already a civilian.
Exactly.
And so then I don't really see that they could.
Yeah, that's because I don't know, some of the charges in the UCMJ, specifically since we're technically still at war with Korea, doesn't that place it a different category for the UCMJ?
Oh,
then? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh yeah, but that's just it. But I don't know exactly what his status was when they were bringing him to the airport. Was he still in, and he was going to finish out processing or whatever at Bliss?
Mm-hmm.
Because then it could literally be anywhere from AWOL to desertion.
Right. Yeah. So I think more. Yeah. See, that's hard though. That's a hard one to do because he was already leaving. He was supposed to be leaving. But I wonder if they can do any counter intel stuff, because I guess he was communicating with some people to. I don't know. Just suspicious that the North Koreans were waiting in a van, like on Back to the Future, a little white van, and he jumped the fucking border and then
Like. Again, but he's a private. Like, what could they have gotten out of him? Like, what would this kid know? Like, he is obviously not in his right mind.
Yeah.
And
back in the
some
day,
kind of mental health.
Back in the day, I remember when we were stationed overseas too. I remember that an NCO, and that's a good point. CQ. Somebody mentioned Back to the Future, so here I am. That's right, exactly that. Great Scott. So Steven says that he should have had an NCO escort. I remember back in the day escorting troops overseas from Europe, and we were allowed, because there was an agreement with the German military and the German Polizei and the Bundesgrenzschutz, the German. We were allowed to walk the soldier to the gate to make sure he got on the plane, and then we called up as soon as the plane backed up and door. Then myself and the reception NCO and the German, I guess version of the TSA would come back. We would walk back out because there was an agreement done with that. He was only he was only escorted to the airport. Exactly. That's all. I just saw your note. He was only escorted to the airport, and then he took off from the airport because I guess he took
his
off.
Unit's fucked up.
Yeah,
his unit fucked up. That's probably why he hasn't been charged with anything, because his unit fucked up.
Yeah,
because you're exactly what you were saying. They didn't do whatever they needed to do to be able to get through security to escort him all the way to the plane. What they should have done, like I said, they didn't want to pay NCO TDY to escort him all the way back to Bliss. If whatever this kid had done that was that serious, or like I said, if this kid has enough mental issues that he is going to fucking go to North fucking Korea and nobody knew
exactly
that he was that mentally fucked up. Like I said, I have questions.
Could you imagine?
He
I
should
mean, you
have
got
been escorted all the way back to Bliss by somebody.
And then North Korea saying, "We don't want this motherfucker. Get him out of here." What the fuck?
Like, how did nobody in his chain of command know he was that fucked up?
When you have the enemy, when the enemy kicks you out of country, saying, "Get rid of this motherfucker."
Exactly.
We don't want this fucker.
When Asian Cartman kicks your ass out of his country, an American citizen, he kicks an American out. Like, no, I do not want this.
Asian Cartman.
He's like, yeah. When he's like, yeah, I don't want it. Like, yeah. When he doesn't want you, like, there has to be some kind of bargaining chip. Like, you have an American soldier. Yeah, I know he's just a private. It has no information to give.
Yeah.
And he's like, fuck it, you're out. Like, come on now. This kid has got some kind of behavioral health issues that if his NCOs and chain of command did not know that, and I don't know, like, I'm not the smartest person in the world, but I'm pretty sure that's why they have no idea what to charge this kid with.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly.
He really probably needs hospitalization or something. And yeah, yeah, exactly. And they probably knew, they could not have not known that he should have been escorted all the way back to Bliss and didn't want to pay the TDY.
I think so too. I think I personally should be 2 NCOs. So that way you have a buddy team of witnesses. So 2 NCOs go back.
Yeah.
He's there. He's handed to that custody to the other NCOs, and he's given, transfer to an MP. And I think and Steven says too, dropping off a prisoner at Charlie's Chicken Farm. Yeah. We need to bring back Charlie's Chicken Farm, man. I mean, it works.
You didn't even bring someone to Bell County without 2 people, and y'all are gonna let this kid like fly,
exactly.
like, and just drop him off at the fucking airport,
exactly,
because you didn't do your job right, and I think they know that. I mean, I know that.
Yeah.
I know that. I'm sure I'm probably not the only one that knows that.
I wonder if there. I wonder if there anyway. It's like there's going to be an investigation, because you notice that just like the Afghan withdrawal, investigation is in. Are they going to investigate themselves or some shit? Are they investigating anybody? Is anybody going to be held account? Who fucking knows? So
they're probably like this poor kid. I'm not like saying this kid didn't do anything wrong, but yeah. It's just
exactly.
Oh, you guys fucking had to do what you did.
All right, it's time to do some housekeeping, man. It's housekeeping.
Get the lemon pledge.
Get the lemon pledge. It's time for housekeeping today. You're listening to Sarge Time, of course. All mill news, NCO, LPD development, and what NCOs talk behind your back. I'm just kidding. We don't do that. We actually tell you to your face. Sarge Time. Tomorrow is Friday Night Freedom's bye week, so there will not be any broadcasting of Friday Night Freedom. However, did you hear the fucking news of what's going on over at Space Force WTF Moments?
What is going on in Space Force?
Space Force WTF Moments. They have their own radio, I guess, own space something, Radio Nation Space, whatever. They have their own Space Force page. U.S. Space Force WTF Moments will be shared. Their little podcast, their first podcast. They did a couple of snippets earlier, but their first podcast snippets is going to be shared tomorrow in place of Kaz is the bye week for Friday Night Freedom with Kaz and Pookie. So the name of the show is called Late for Changeover. It's a Space Force joke. I guess it's late for changeover for their briefings or their meetings or whatever. Do I wash dishes with a smile? Susan, every day is a smile for me. I'm always smiling. Life is good. It's a stolen internet valor. No, it's not. This is something that U.S. Army WTF Moments has asked me to get the Space Force guys to do their own stuff, to get the Space Force page going, to get it, all that. They've already got like 33,000, 38,000 followers on U.S. Space Force WTF Moments. And this is Space Force things. This is all Space Force ning. You know what I mean? I don't know what the Space Force does. I mean, but they actually, I watched a couple of them. I was actually a guest on one of their shows back when they were a different name. But dude, they're all Space Forcing. They all bring up Space Force news, a different outlook, a different way of doing their stuff. Hey, I'm not micromanaging shit. I'm just kind of like watching and seeing how this goes, because it looks like, I mean, like I said, I saw the first one and it was pretty good. So they're gonna have guests. They're gonna have they can just same thing with us, but it's gonna be U.S. Space Force WTF moments. Well, being that the fact that they're in our family, tomorrow that episode, or you can just look on it right now on their timeline at U.S. Space Force WTF moments. That time it's gonna be shared tomorrow. So the bye week for Friday Night Freedom is gonna be a share from Space Force, U.S. Space Force WTF moments. Timothy, what have I missed this far?
The entire show.
The entire show. So make sure you'll see it. It'll pop. It'll be shared the same time our shows are playing. So it'll be 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You'll see the Late for Changeover podcast with U.S. Space Force WTF moments. Mike says that Space Force. No, Phil, he's not. Quit trying to bring back Fetch. Fetch ain't happening. Sorry, my kid says that. I guess that's a quit trying to.
On October 4th, he asked me what to do.
Yeah, exactly. Space Force doesn't know what Space Force does. These guys do. These are a great bunch of guys. So you'll check it out. So again, for Friday Night Freedom, since it's their bye week, you're going to see a share from U.S. Space Force WTF moments. I'm excited to see the reaction and how what's going to happen. And then of course, Saturday is a day off, and then Sunday the sports bar. Man, the sports bar's been killing it. Their takes have been getting pretty good. I mean, the coach lately. Have you seen the coach ranting like crazy, man? Ooh,
yes,
man.
I lurk on most shows from time to time.
Yeah.
You might see me in the chats, you might not. It's just like I'm usually there, and we don't have Donzas here, Pip. We have training.
Man, the coach is able to weave a rant so good that it starts on Sunday at the sports bar and ends on Wednesday at the smoke pit. That was freaking hilarious. I could not. What do you hear? What do you say? If you watch any Sopranos and you hear how his voice is, just picture any character, Paulie. A tone. I mean, oh my god! And he's a big Goomba, anyways. He's Italian too.
He makes me want to go to like the Bada Bing or something.
Yeah, exactly that. He makes you want to sit down at a big table and eat in a fucking nice suit, talking about handling business. You know what I mean? What do you hear? What do you say? It's always the coach and the actual King Smith. And of course, my Monday edition with myself and Massey, who's now a permanent member of the staff. And then we have Tuesdays, Friday, Pop Culture Warrior with Michael CQ Carrasquillo. And it looks like I think we're going to have a permanent, one of his rotational guest host harems be permanent as well soon. So, yeah, so it's going to be pro. So
he's going to get the top. The harem's got a top contender. Look at that.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say that. And also, we have, Wednesday's the smoke pit, and, of course, with a TZ and Radar. And then we're right back with moi and Spanky on Sergeant's time. Our calendar, I've been seeing some of the chats inside the head shed, and we're working on guests. We are working on guests to get people on. So it's the front desk is talking, and some of the guests that are coming on. A lot of great groups coming on, some behavioral health stuff, some veteran support groups. So I'm kind of excited to see the calendar get filled up soon, because it's always September, October is always kind of like, because people are going back to school, fall's hitting, and so.
And again, with it for Sergeant's time, if anybody has anybody that you guys would want to hear, just send them my way. I will reach out to them myself. Again,
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
No problem.
I'll think about it.
Yeah,
I will think about it.
We got leadership to come on, and there's
of course we can always hit the leadership. But if there's something that's not leadership side, and if you guys think that it's something that you would want to hear on Sergeant's time, let me know, and I'll think about it. There we go. I'll reach out and think about
exactly.
it.
Exactly. What do you hear? What do you say? Forget about it. You know what I mean? If you want to talk to somebody, forget about it, as in the immortal words of the coach. Anywho, Share, like, and follow to all of our accounts. We're rocking on all the accounts. We're taking a break from Twitch right now because we're on Kick. And so right now, if you go to Kick and just go in the search bar and just look up Sergeant's Time all together in one space, or the Monday edition, or WTF Radar, or Friday Night Freedom, or the Sports Bar, or Pop Culture Warrior, each of our shows has its own channel. Soon, I'm going to be doing some stuff of RSOF history on Kick, and it's just going to be only exclusively on Kick. It's me bringing some members of the Special Operations, Psychological Operations Regiment, and I'm going to come, and it's just going to be, you're not going to see anywhere else but on Kick, and we're just going to shoot the shit, maybe show a couple documentaries, maybe have a couple of film stuff going on, and I think it's going to be great. And then I think Monday. When did I say I was going to do the cooking show? Was it Monday or Thursday? I can't fucking remember. I don't remember. I think I'm going to start posting some cooking stuff. I'll have to decide if I'm going to do it in Ranger panties or not.
I think that might have been a Monday thing.
I think it might have been a Monday. Yeah, exactly. Here at the WTF Nation Culinary Center of Excellence, I'm going to show you how to make some chorizo and eggs, carne asada, and some pancakes and bacon. So that way the kids can get Kathy says she's old and needs Facebook. So you want all those? I think Kathy's dropping a hint. We need to put that stuff on Facebook. But again, now as I said, I haven't decided what medium I'm going to put it on. I just put it on all of them, and we'll see. I have to see how it works out. But the history stuff, the military history stuff, is definitely going to be a Sergeant's Time thing on Kick, and then I think we're going to put it on Twitter or the X app as well. So those are the two channels that I think I can't remember. I got to get with Nemo and CQ where they were talking about some stuff like that, because they're going to put some stuff on there too. So anywho, share, like, and follow. We're on 2 Facebook pages as well: U.S. Army WTF Moments and the WTF Nation Radio. And WTF Nation Radio has its own YouTube page, so you can, if you want to watch. Yeah, we actually are not on the TikTok. No, you're right. We're not on TikTok. WTF Nation is. The main page is on TikTok, but we're not. And then but if for all your listening viewers, YouTube is easy to go to. WTF Nation Radio. You can see all the freaking you can see all the comments, everything on YouTube. You can see all the shit posting, whatever. So everyone's like, you only got like 1 follower, people watching. There's other chats where people are watching. So don't hold your horses to make it sound like, oh, this is a dead show. Remember, I don't care if it's 2 people or 20 people or 2,000 people. We will have a show for you guys to listen to. So I think that's it. There we go.
I think we got it all under control.
Oh, of course, Pop Culture Warrior is going to say, I'm on TikTok. Okay, Pop Culture Warrior is on TikTok. There it is.
Oh, yeah. I am on TikTok.
You're on TikTok. Yeah. Okay, there you go.
Oh, yeah. There you go. I'm on TikTok.
Is he going to do cooking in Ranger panties as well? I don't know. But anyways. Anywho. Thank you guys for tuning in. And thank you guys for share, liking, and follow. And always, don't forget to tune in every Thursday for Sergeant's Time for me and Spanky to give you all the mill news and NCO talks. See ya. Shots.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Sometimes when I look at, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, I think it's WTF Army or something.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.